everyone, my name is Sunny. I'm 10 years old and today I'm going to be talking about be a scientist. Here is a camera. Okay, so we're going to talk about scientific methods. Here, you see a very old tree. Look and wonder. Madagascar is a tropical island off the coast of Africa. So Madagascar is a tropical island. So it is home to plants and an animal found nowhere on Earth. Wow, that's amazing. Here, so explore. What do you know about animals that live in Madagascar? So, how do you look for animals in their nature habitats? Okay, so let's find out. So, what kind of animal would you see in the forest? Well, we might see foxes, camels, birds, maybe, and lots of other animals, because this was a forest, and lots of animals live in the forest. So yeah, what does an animal needed to live in the forest? Last questions. How do scientists find the answer to these questions? Well, let's find out in this book. Okay, so here, meet two scientists who are curious about the tropical islands. They are curious about the nature world. Well, and everything that lives on it or in it. They are curious about, well, tropical forests, and rainforests, and jungles. Here, so what do scientists do? So Chris and Paul wanted to find out many amazing animals in the tropical forest. So yeah, and they wanted to find out what kind of animals that live in Madagascar. Much of the island has never been explored by scientists. So Chris and Paul, curious, and they went into the forest where some places had never been explored by scientists. So here, a new plant and animals are discovered all the time. Now, so here, the scientific method is a process that scientists, well, use to investigate the world about them. It helps them answer the questions about nature out in the world. So yeah, right now, Chris and Paul are studying a lizard called a giant Madagascan camel. Chris has observed this camel in dry forest, and he wanted to know where else in Madagascar, here, where camels live. Here is a scientific method. Well, they make observations, answer questions, form a hypothesis, and test your hypothesis. And the result So here, Chris knows that variables such as temperatures and rainfall affect the animals that live there. So yeah, a variable is something that can change. Yeah. So you can go to your home. If you're curious, well, You can go to Madagascar and explore yourself, or maybe go with other scientists and form a hypothesis. So Chris used this information for the hypothesis. A hypothesis is a statement that can be tested to answer a question. So here's the cannon. You see, they found a giant one. Wow, is it big? This was giant Madagascar's cannon. You see? So, how do scientists test a hypothesis? So here, if you look at this thing, you could see there's an observer here, a little round ball here, and let's predict it. Okay, the purple dot on this map shows where giant Madagascar camelins have been seen before the yellow area shows. So where should Chris and Paul look for camelins? In order to find out, they study a lot. So they study their data about the temperatures and in the rainfall to see and to find giant camelins. So they put this data into a computer and made a map. Here, this is a map. The computer colors yellow all the areas that are likely to have camelins. Yeah, so here, these areas have camelins. So here, Chris used his headlamp to find camelins at night when they sleep. Wow! He found, a lot of camelins, right? And here, they took pictures of the heap. So Chris and Paul choose new places to look for camelins. They choose places that are in yellow areas on the map. They collect data in these places to test hypotheses. They here test your hypothesis. So you can read it while in your headlamp and search at night when camelins are sleeping and are easier to find at the day. So when they are asleep, they don't move around very much. So Chris and Paul can find them and catch them and to study them, and then let them out. Here, Chris and Paul record data when they found giant Madagascar camelins and other little. Whoa, I think maybe here is a very big lizard. So here, Chris field journey, April 9th, and here they 2006. They draw camelins. 15 millimeters rain measures in rain gauge. Temperature range from 20 to 33 degrees. Heavy afternoon rain shower. So here the forest ash is burnt. Hunting and cattle grazing occurred in the forest. There's many small streams that have been dried up by the very hot sun. Here, so this is new observations. Here, the area that wild camelins live, observed where are the giant camelins live, and here they zoom in a map and they put it in. Wow, you see? Well, at night, when the lizard is sleeping, as the camelin is sleeping, they don't move very much. See? Fast asleep. Well, with the tail curved up. So, Chris used his headlamp to study them. Like the green and have little kind of big eyes and a curved tail. And well, this is a giant Madagascan camel found at 10:45 a.m. in grassland with scattered trees. Laid 17 eggs, 14 times 8 millimeters. So yeah, kind of this a gecko, Madagascan's day gecko, on a tree trunk at 11:30 a.m. in a small clump of trees growing by a small stream. Well, they found a green gecko, right? I think it's not sleeping. Its eyes open wide. Here, wow, lots of creatures live in the tropical forest, isn't it? This is a Suraca silk moth. Wow, it's pink. And this is a fantastic leaf-tailed gecko. It can blend in leaf that falls on the ground. Wow, that is great. Here, so how do scientists draw conclusions? Did Chris and Paul find cannons in the new places that the map predicted? Yes, the result supports the hypothesis. And if a place has a certain temperatures and amount of rainfall, well, then giant Madagascan camels can live there. This is a gecko. Yeah, so Chris and Paul share their result. Ooh, and they also find a fossil. I never heard of its name before. Oh, it looks like a fox with kangaroo ears and kind of just look like a kangaroo, but his name was Fossa. Here, this was a Malagasy tree frog. Wow, it lives in trees. So Chris and Paul results lead them to new question. What are the variable effects where giant Madagascan camels live? Here. The animals shown on this page here. Ooh, look at this. This is a ring-tailed lemur. Ooh, great. And this one. Maybe in a tropical forest. While learning more, so think, talk, and write. Why do scientific methods useful to scientists? Well, because, well, maybe they resulting. Well, the methods help them to find where giant things are. Well, maybe. So, what other questions about animal can you think of? What questions of animal can you think of? Maybe how many geckos you can find that Chris and Paul can found? Or maybe how many animals did they found, like this red millipede? Wow, lots of, well, legs. So, here, let's go fishing bills. Here, so when you're at home, you can, well, make a kind of model here. Animals. So you can kind of write the lizard or goldfish or beetles, and what I observed about it is maybe a kind of, this one was green and the details about it, but goldfish or lizard or beetles can write all in this chart. Ooh, a hedgehog. a dragonfly, and a parrot. There are lots of animals in the world that have been discovered. Well, maybe one day I think I would like to found animals in the tropical forest. Yeah. So yeah, you can make tracks as animal young. So a beetle average number of young is about 75. And next is a sea star is about 2 million. Wow, that's a big number, isn't it? A lizard, well, is about 14. A hedgehog is about 4, and gazelle is about 1. Yeah, it's about 1. Focus on skill, scientists and technology, the design process. So yeah, have you ever invented something? Maybe not, or maybe you have invented something. Here, you have used the design process. The design process is a series of steps for solving problems, like scooping this water, trying to bring the fruits, and something like bring sandwiches, and Lana bring drinks, just like that. So learn it. The design process is a process you probably use already. First, you identify a problem, then you identify solve a possible solution. Sometimes the best idea cannot be designed. Well, it's made. Okay, try it. Kay made a sign to tell students about the school picnic. She posed it outside, but the sign kept blowing away. So what should she do? Help Kay design 3 solutions to solve her problem. Illustrate them to include labels. When you have permission from your teachers, test your designs. Here, a creative design strength. Freddo tried to sink his bicycle tire, but one of the boats fell from a seal. Great! Oh no, what should he do now? So now he cannot put his wheel back on. So he needs to identify possible solution. And start with solution 1, we have a meter stick, or you can use your ruler if it's kind of long. And if you are all eating gum, or maybe you can put a gum in and put it on the meter sticks. Put it through the grate and stick it. The chewing gum will stick to the boat, and you take it out into the boat and put the wheel back on. The solution 2 is, you use 2 metal sticks and a tape sticks to the handle, the tongue, put it in and grab it, put it out, and you have it. But we have to test it first, because not all solutions can work. So solution 3 is a metal stick, yeah, and he will tie string to a magnet, and the magnet attract the boat. So here, let's see. And what solution did you